but they know I'm not a creepy dude. They know I'm not some, you know what I mean, crazy, weird, creepy
Yeah.
dude that be masturbating inside his room to like these 2D and stuff like that. I mean, like I may have beat my meat to some dead alarm girls before, but however, but how. Hey, what's up, people? It's me again, Shin Black, and I have with me here.
It's your boy Nike or just YungNikey, you know what I mean? That's twitch.tv/YungNikey with no O in the young as well. Don't put the O in there. Take that shit out, all right? Make sure you follow me, use your prime on me, sub to me, and get your mom's credit card. You know what I'm saying, man?
Wow,
But
this
yeah,
motherfucker. This
I gotta
motherfucker
plug
right
my
here.
shit straight off the bat. Like, I gotta plug my shit, you know what I mean? Like, but
Well,
what's good anyway, man?
hey, man. I can't even be mad at that, man. Go ahead and take that bag, King. But
Yeah, we make that, man. You need to make that money, you know what I'm saying, man?
I'll go ahead and put his tag red on the screen for y'all. But in the meantime, I decided to consolidate all my story time videos, all my podcasts and topic talking type of videos into one singular thing. I'm gonna start calling it the Black Room. So this will be the first episode where all my talking things will be consolidated. So the Black Room, because I thought that sounded fancy in my head. Who knows? But anyways, on the first episode of the Black Room here, I brought in YungNikey because we here to talk about a topic here that I think that a lot of people nowadays, and from some of the stuff that I seen online and everything, I was like, nah, I think this need to be talked about. So I brought him here, and the topic, of course, if you can't tell by the title, is going to be about, you know, it's not exactly your nerdy hobbies and all the stuff, like whether or not it's gaming or Japanese cartoons and all that type of shit. That doesn't really turn off chicks. You know what I mean? Like what the problem may be, the problem
It's the
just
behavior
might be
that
you.
comes with it. So.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, like I found out that, like, for example, I know I can't speak for everybody, but my room, you know what I mean? My room got like gaming posters, amiibo figurines and gaming
I
stuff,
got a wifey pillow, man. Fuck that.
shit. Like, dude, I'm about 2 seconds away from like buying like a body pillow, okay? Like, you know
Bro,
what I mean?
I literally got an Android 18 body pillow for my birthday, fam. If I have a girl over, I gotta tuck that shit under the bed, man. I got like a little drawer under the bed. I gotta tuck that shit in,
Oh
fam. Like,
no, oh no, bro. If I ever bought me like a body pillow, I'm gonna put that shit front and center, right on my bed, next to a bottle of lotion. Motherfucker, I don't give a fuck. Like, you
I'm
know what
about
I
to,
mean? Cause
I'll pierce the hole in my shit, man. Like, that's what I
oh
gotta
oh
say, man.
oh oh oh
Yeah, I ain't fucking
oh
around, man. Like,
oh well, damn. Shit.
I'm going straight to business. You get
I
me,
mean,
man?
I mean, I mean. To be honest, though, with like the right amount of lotion and the right amount of,
Exactly. You know what I'm
I'm just
saying?
saying, like that could probably
A
work,
little hole might feel good. You know what I mean, man? Like, I've been crushing Android 18 for over 20 years. Like, you best believe I'm cutting a hole in that shit,
bruh,
man.
bruh, bruh. I've had a boner for that character for so long that fig, I bought like a figurine for. I know some people on Twitter saw it, but I'm also put that right on the screen to it. And the only thing that I can think of, bro, was sure. And I mean, this figurine kind of curvy. I think I might pull this out the
Hey,
box.
shit.
And
Hey,
but
let me ask you a
anyway,
question. Hey,
we getting off
hold on.
subject.
Wait. We can't move on just yet. Hold on. Hey, let me ask you a question real quick.
Yeah,
Have you ever nutted on that figurine? Don't lie.
this the type of shit that turn off a lot of females. But but yeah. So basically, the whole subject here is about like if whether or not it's not exactly the nerdy hobbies or that the fact that you're into this fandom type of thing that turn off women. Matter of fact, is this you that really does it for yourself? Because I mean, my room is like this, and I haven't had a problem with like really trying to get females' numbers or basically bringing girls into the room, I haven't had that problem in a long time. And that's because I'm more than just my hobbies. I'm more than what I am. I think I talked about this with Cindy in that one thing I did before. I'm gonna link that into the screen too. But yeah, man. I went about this in a little bit, but I'm just gonna expand on it because you got to be more than just your hobbies. First and foremost, okay. So I think to avoid this turn off people by your hobbies and stop using it for a crutch is that the fact that um you know just hide your power level, to be honest with you. Like, for example, you can know everything about the Marvel comic book series, right? But just because you talking to a girl and she maybe seen like the movies or some shit like that, doesn't necessarily mean you have to sit there and be like, oh,
Oh man, that's just, bro.
yeah,
There's
exactly.
another thing.
Yeah, exactly. You know those
Gatekeeping
type
us,
of people.
gatekeeping us niggas are the worst, man. They are the worst. Like if a girl says, "Oh yeah, I like Marvel," and then they ask a billion questions. Oh yeah, name every character. I bet you don't know this. I bet you don't know that. Hey, if you're that nigga, you need to. Hey, bro, you need to go see a doctor, fam. I'm telling you. Like I hate those type of niggas, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you're a fan of Naruto, huh? Well, tell me something.
Yeah,
What's the name of his father? Okay,
they start
how?
they start giving out exams and shit, man. Like,
Yeah, yeah, man. Like that's toxic as fuck type of like I feel like gatekeeping has its purpose in some cases, but when it comes to a person just vaguely just saying, hey, I like this show, I think this show is cool, you don't drill them or be like, oh no, you fake nerd or you fake gamer girl or
yeah,
you fake weeb, I'ma fucking call you out. You know what I mean? It's like, slow your roll, partner. You know what I mean? So same
then they
thing as you
wonder why
said.
no women likes them. Like,
Yeah, man, I'm
shit
going
is stupid.
to let you expand on that. So go ahead.
Yeah, so like obviously when you're talking to a chick, right? Like I don't know, I've seen it so much. Like a girl would literally say, like, oh yeah, I've seen that once or some shit. And then you go on like a full blown nerd rage. Like you need to relax with that shit. Like if you're really trying to talk to a chick about something, like honestly, for the most part, you need to let them ease into it. You know what I mean? Like if I see a girl, she says, "Oh yeah, I like Dragon Ball." I'm not gonna start being like, "Oh yeah, have you read the manga or subbed versus dubbed or all this dumbass shit?" Like you gotta let them ease into it because, like, bro, you're gonna scare them off. Like you really gonna scare them off. And the thing is, no anime chick scares off a guy. You know what I mean?
Right?
But an
Yeah.
anime guy will scare off a woman. You know what I mean? It's like you just gotta calm down a bit. Like, stay on their power level. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Don't start going over 9,000 and shit. Like, you
Right.
gotta suppress that shit, and then let her increase her power level a bit. You know what I mean? Let her take off her weighted clothing and that. You know what I mean?
Let her go full. I'm taking this shit
Yeah,
seriously. Piccolo type shit.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because if you don't stay on their wavelength, if you start going overboard, they're gonna be like, oh wait, hold on, this nigga's low key a fucking psycho, man. Like.
Right.
Cause I'm
Right.
not gonna lie, anime niggas, not even anime and gaming niggas are weird. You know what I mean? There's
Mm-hmm.
gaming niggas and there's niggas that game.
Right. Yeah.
That's how I see
Right.
it.
Right.
Like the gaming niggas, oh my god, and especially on Discord as well, they're everywhere. You know what I mean? Like they see a woman that likes a game or whatever, and they just pounce on them like relentlessly. You know what I mean? Like niggas just gotta relax with that shit.
Right.
Like ease into it. You know what I mean? Don't go full out. Like it's not that deep, fam.
Right. Exactly, dude. Cause I know for me and everything, you know, a fucking chick can come up to me and be like, "Oh man, I love the King of Fighters games." Now, inside my body, I'm probably gonna pop a boner. But
That hey, facts.
yeah, yeah. If a motherfucker be like, "Oh, dude, I love the King of Fighters series," my favorite one is King of Fighters '98. I'm probably gonna catch a boner, but I won't let her know that, and I won't even make it come off like
Exactly.
that because I'm just gonna be like, "Oh, word." I mean, yeah, that's a good game series, and then I'm gonna keep it pushing. I ain't even gonna talk more about my. Oh yeah, bet. Yeah, man, that's a good one right there. Nice. And then I'll just keep
Exactly.
the conversation going, but I don't want to stay on that and I don't want to nerd out about it. Of course, in my mind, I want to tell this bitch, like, hey, man, so what kind of team you roll with? I mean, I roll with the Fatal Fury team, every single one. But you know what I mean? I don't want to get too far in it because she's not really bringing the conversation all about the teams and in depth. She just said that she just likes it. So I'm going to leave it right at that.
Yeah.
She like it? Okay, cool.
What niggas can do, you can be like, oh, who's your favorite character? Or something like just sit plain and simple in it. If she gives you like a closed-ended question, oh, I like her, then all right, leave it at that. But if she starts to like go in a bit, like she starts to be like, oh, I like this character for this reason, or and that character, then you can expand on that, innit? But if she's just like, oh, I just like this, then keep it pushing a bit, you know what I mean? Like you don't want to like overstep the boundaries and that. Because then that's how you start becoming a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of think what it is with it when it comes to those type of girls that are into said nerdy hobbies, you kind of just want to let them mostly reveal more and more about it. You don't want to just nerd out and like spurg out on them.
Just give them really basic questions that aren't like too fucking weird. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or fucking name your character's frame data and shit like that.
Yeah, for real, dude. Like it's kind of like, let's say for example, a dude finds out that a girl likes, you know, League of Legends for some reason, right?
For some reason.
Yeah, I say for some reason, cause that game,
that game
can suck my
garbage,
dick,
man.
but you know, let's say a girl likes it and the dude plays it and they both play it or whatever like that. I know some dudes, and I know these dudes in real life, they know females that play League of Legends and they will harass her for games all the fucking time. Like, play with me.
I've seen it. I've seen it all the time.
Yeah, dude. Like, that shit's like low key embarrassing. Like, bruh, what are you doing, dude? Look, like this chick.
I've seen that shit live front row seat. I'm gonna lie, man.
Yeah, dude. Like, low key, I get secondhand embarrassment because it's like they'll like keep begging the chick to play with them, or they'll like, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like, yo, how about you wait till she says, hey, I'm trying to play League. Do you guys feel like playing? Wait for that shit. But you know what I mean? Just because you know she play it and now you're bothering her all the damn time, it's gonna make them like not really.
And then all of a sudden she becomes a whore as well.
Right. You know? But as for the girls that aren't into these type of hobbies, because I'm going to give a good example of this about how girls not into your hobbies, so you try to force it on them. Because, oh, I'm really into this, and this series or this show means a whole lot to me, so you have to like it too. I want you to like it too, because I like it, and it's important to me, so I'm going to force it on you. Like, I have a good example of that. So I'm going to do, like, a quick little story about it. For example, I'm really into fighting games. Like, you know, you see my channel is majority fighting games and everything like that. But dude, back in the day, whenever some chicks that I used to date, they weren't really into gaming. They may have played Mario Brothers with their brothers or some shit, like when they was growing up.
Yeah, when they were a kid, innit?
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, I used to play some Street Fighter with like my brothers and Mortal Kombat, and I'd be like, oh, bitch, you play fighting games? Oh shit. Okay, hold up real quick. So I'll sit them down. They'd be like, hey, so when we gonna watch the movie? We ain't finna watch the movie now, motherfucker. You done fucked up and them told me you play fighting games. You know what I mean? Like, she could just be, yeah, exactly. She could be casually playing the damn game with her brothers growing up, but my dumb ass here fighting games. Dude, I'll never forget, dude. Like, I'll never forget. This girl came over here to watch a movie and chill, and you know full well, and girls cannot cap about this. When girls are saying, "Oh, you want to sit on the couch and watch a movie together?" Listen, they are not trying to watch a fucking movie. I'm gonna tell you something. When they say that shit, that means that they already moist and they just want the movie and fucking excuse for you to make a move on them. The movie is there just to set the mood. You know exactly. And I'm gonna tell you something right now, guys, and I'm gonna tell y'all this shit for free. Go play the Terminator 2, okay? Not only is that the best movie of all time, but that movie will make a girl become the ocean, okay?
Wait, now, that's the one with that nigga, the police officer, right? That goes through walls and shit. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's the OG right there.
Dude, that movie's so good. but however, what it is that the girl came over here to watch a movie, quote unquote, and no girl ain't finna come over to your place just to watch a movie and be like, oh, that was a good movie, see ya. And I mean, in case girls do go over to your place to see a movie and then they leave, they probably mad that you didn't make a move on them. No girl can ever lie to me and say,
that
oh,
definitely
what you
happened.
mean?
That turned them off.
Right, exactly.
If she really wanted to watch that movie, she would watch that shit from the comfort of her own fucking house.
Exactly, man. Exactly. When she come over there, that means that like she trying to get some dick without saying it, because girls don't like to feel like hoes. So
yeah.
So basically, they'll use some type of reason like, oh yeah, I just went over there to. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so therefore, and everything, they can tell their friends
yeah.
about it. Like, oh, I just went over there to see a movie and things just happened.
Yeah, they make out as if sex was just a bonus when it was really the main thing. You know what I mean? The movie makes it seem like sex was just the bonus. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So I'll never forget this shit, bro. She came over here playing the movies. She wearing a fucking dress. You know what I mean? So it's like, if not the clearest, yeah. you know what I mean, and everything like that.
For a nigga's house, no dinner, like not even a fucking dinner date. A nigga's house in a dress. Like,
yeah, exactly. She came over there in a dress. So I already, so in hindsight, I should have took it as though no, she came over here for some dick. But you know what I mean. But back then, I ain't know no damn better. Look, like this girl came over here, we sitting to watch a movie, and she just mentioned that she played fighting game. So my dumb ass was like, oh word, motherfucker. I set up I set up my console and everything, and she gave me this look like I thought we were watching a movie. I'm like, yo, you said you play fighting games, come on, let's do some Street Fighter. Dude, by her face, she was just like, what the fuck? So I set up, I think it was like on Street Fighter Cross Tekken, because like that's when Street Fighter Cross Tekken first came out.
Yeah.
And everything like that, and I fucking like made her ass sit down while like basically I played her in fucking Street Fighter. I was like, yo man, you should have been told me. You told me, about like on the Street Fighter, man, like but hey, this game right here is called Cross Tekken because this game's like a crossover between Street Fighter and the Tekken characters. Like you know about Tekken, right? She's like,
you gotta explain everything and shit.
Yeah, dude, like I nerded out on her ass, and like I was like, yeah, man, look, like the crossover with Tekken, and Tekken, that game with Shin and the fucking story, dude, like,
you got into the lore and shit,
dude, I gave her, I fucking dumped lore on basically her ass, like, she didn't know what the fuck a Tekken was. She was just like, Tekken, oh yeah, I guess that's cool. Yeah, I think I may have seen him before. Like, that's the dude from Mortal Kombat. And I'm just like, no, that's Yoshimitsu. He's like half cyborg, half ninja, bro. Okay? And this motherfucker's so fucking crazy and weird. And, I gave it like lower depths on the characters. Like, oh, yeah, man, come on, play like you play Street Fighter. Look, man. Look at that. They even got Akuma. And she just kind of like, you know what I mean? So we played a few matches. Yeah. Because, you know what I mean? The game got co-op. So I'm sitting here like, man, how you say you know how to do, like a Street Fighter? But I haven't seen you do like a combo or like a Hadouken yet. She's like, I just used to play this. And I'm just like, hey, look here. So I grabbed the controller from her hand and I was like, look, down forward.
Shout out the commands and shit, man.
Yeah, dude, I was like, down forward, punch. And dude, the whole time while I'm teaching her to fucking do like a fireball, you can almost feel her fucking shit is drying up.
Bro, that's like them ones where like your mom's helping you with your homework and you're not getting answers right.
Yeah, exactly. Bro, that shit was so embarrassing. I was like, look, down forward, punch, okay? That's the Hadouken. But look, the key is to not press down just forward. You got to lead your thumb into it. You see, like this. And dude, like that girl probably drying up and everything like that. And then basically she just, pulled out her phone. And she just glanced at her phone. I think she just pretended she would check something on her phone. And she's like, I'm sorry, but I got to go. Like, some just came up right at the house. I'm sorry. And I'm just like, oh, no, it's cool, man. Come over again. And you know what I mean? And why don't we game again?
Fireball again, you know what I mean?
Like, and, bruh, she never came over that bitch again. I saw her again. I was like, hey, man, like you need to come over, hang out. She's like, yeah, I just been like busy lately. I kind of don't think I would be super able to come there again. And I was just like, oh, that's cool, man. Well, just send me a text sometime. Never got a text. I sent her a fucking text. That shit was on red for like a month. I was like, dude, this fucking bitch. Like, oh, yeah. Dude, I was so fucking
bitch. This fucking whore, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like, fucking bitch. Oh, like, dude, like, the fuck is her problem? Oh, I see what it is. She probably thought I was too nerdy or some shit. Well, fuck her then. Okay, she gotta love me for who I am. You know what I mean? Exactly, all that type of shit. I never got to hit that dude. Like, she fucking had a big old boot. But anyway, the point of the matter is that kind of like, you know what I mean? I talked myself right out of pussy because I didn't have my power level. She, you know what I mean? We could have just watched the movie and something may have fucking came down. You know what I mean? I could have got my dick wet, but instead I got my dick dry. And everything like that, because I didn't have my power level. I just spurted out, nerded out on her when she just casually just mentioned that, oh yeah, you know, I played Street Fighter back in the day. I don't know what led to that part. I think I was just saying something about like, you know, I think I made something about like how, you know, somebody need to get swole just like they do from like onto Street Fighter. She was like, yeah,
like a reference to
exactly. And then she just happened to mention that she used to play that with her cousins or some shit like that. And I was like, oh, word, Street Fighter, come on, let's play. You know what I mean? And I just spurred out because I was so hype on the fact that like a chick played a fighting game. And that was back in the day.
A lot of niggas just assume that these women that they, when as soon as they mention a game, they just assume that they play on their level as well. Like if I talk to a girl and she plays Smash or Pokemon or whatever, like I'm not gonna assume that she fucking plays competitively with fucking, you know, short hop aerials and shit like that. Like,
right.
People do that, and then they start talking about all this shit, all this technical shit that the woman doesn't understand, and then it scares them off even more. Because now she doesn't know what he's talking about, and she thinks he's fucking weird.
Exactly. And I have some female friends who said the same, to where like they just casually just play a game, but when they meet certain dudes that are read into the game and they start talking to them, they suddenly lose their attraction for the dude, because the dude is like you know what I mean? They want them to play on the same type of
they expect the woman to then start coming up to his level and be like, oh yeah, you know, let me teach you how to do all this shit. Like,
yeah. You know what I mean? They can't just say, hey, just pick up the controller and play, and you'll learn right as you go. Dudes are just like, nope, I'm gonna flex my nerd skills on you real quick. You know what I mean? I'm gonna flex on you real quick.
You're about teabagging and shit as well, man.
Exactly. Like, hey, Bobby, you beat that character, so I need you to press down like 1,000,000 times. Okay, go teabag that hoe. She's like, what? Teabag that hoe, girl. Look at the shit. Down. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, for girls that aren't read into that type of stuff, you know what I mean? It's like, you can't just force them into it. Like, regardless of whether or not they ever talk about it or not, you just can't really try to force them to like your hobbies. You can't like them to be on the same thing as yours, because that can turn chicks off. That can cause problems.
Someone's casual. Let them be casual. Like, you can't make someone, you know, be super into it like you are. They either are or they're not. Unless they come to you, then just keep it shut, man. Because this is I've noticed this shit with One Piece niggas as well. I've noticed a lot with One Piece niggas. Like, they will harass women over and over again over like it could be like a Twitter profile picture of like Luffy or some shit, or like, oh yeah, what anime, or especially when women say what anime should I watch, and then niggas just hound on them.
Oh, dude, I see that shit on Twitter. I see that shit on Twitter so much.
I see that shit all the time on Twitter and Discord. I see it all the time. This shit is so.
That should be high-key embarrassing. I'd be like, bros, come on. Y'all
I'm not gonna lie. A lot of times it be niggas as well. Like, when it comes to anime, a lot of times it's niggas, man. Like, grown men. Like, oh man.
You know, and especially more so when it comes to One Piece, because that shit like 1,000 fucking shows long, and the motherfucker be trying to like to make people fucking watch it. It's like, hey man,
that shit ain't even finished either. That shit ain't even finished either.
Yeah, exactly. Ain't even finished. Like, that shit going on for so damn long, and they ain't never gonna finish, because that make Shonen Jump too much fucking money. Okay, that fucking dude that made fucking One Piece the second he dies, they gonna bring back his corpse with like, you know, some black type of magic and
They
just
gonna use them fucking holographics, man.
yeah.
Like they did with fucking Tupac and shit.
Right. You know what I mean? Look like they finna bring that motherfucker back, and they gonna bring him back from the dead and just have that motherfucker
Yeah.
still be like a zombie for fucking
You got
drawing fucking.
necromancy or some
Yeah,
shit, man.
exactly. Ooh, 2000 episode. You know what I mean? Like that shit's
Yeah,
wild.
fuck that shit.
But yeah, dude, like you can't be forcing that shit on chicks, and like when they gotta pass the interest, that's not like look like a green light to just spurg on them and dump so much shit on them. You can just say, you know what I mean? Let's say a girl is like, hey, I know those shows that you like watching, they seem cool. So what show should I start with? Don't fucking give them a whole biography, or don't give them a whole fucking list or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? I be seeing dudes that be writing Bible verses. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, chill. You know what I
This shit is
mean?
like religion to them. Like they need to calm. And the thing is, they need to understand, right? Like they do all this shit for a woman, well, to a woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta see it from, let's say, from our perspective. It's the same as them pushing like makeup artists onto us or some shit like that. Like we don't give a fuck about that. So it's like that's kind of like the female version of, you know, our fighting games or our anime or just gaming in general. Like you just gotta understand boundaries, really, man.
Right. You know what I mean? It'd be the same type of dudes who will, you know, sit there and try to force a girl to be into their type of hobbies because they care so much about it. But, you know, let's say the chick is like, hey, you want to sit here and watch, you know, like my 600-pound life or some shit. You know what I mean? You want to sit here and watch like the girly ass shows, or you want to sit.
Or those fucking, what is it? You know them videos where they get their boyfriend to put their makeup on and shit.
Right.
Like,
Right. Yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
that shit.
yeah, exactly. I mean, you can't sit there and try to force it on them, but then when they come at you about their type of stuff, you be like, "Oh, I'm not into that type of stuff." Well, maybe she might not be.
That's gay. Like,
yeah.
That's gay. Like,
well,
nah,
hey,
bro.
man, she probably may think that touhou game that you're playing is kind of gay. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like hell, hell, there was a girl that thought that I was bisexual or something. I think it was because I was playing fuck. I'm trying to remember the name of the game, but she was like, "Wait a minute, are you bi or something?" Because it had like nothing but like these on swole dudes that had on like barely no clothes on. You know what I mean? Like I forgot what game it was. Like the game escapes, but I know how the way the game looks. But like it had big burly man, and they was like wearing like, you know what I mean, big burly muscles and shit like that, and like. Damn. I think it was like a joke game that was on like the Super Nintendo. Cause I was playing like a ROM. I think it was called like Cho and Aniki or some shit like that. Like, mind you, it's just a fun parody, you know, type of game where you play as the characters and you just shoot them. You know what I mean? But I just thought it was just funny game to play. But she looked at it and was like, her mom was like, no. You know what I mean? But at the same time, but you know what I mean? But at the same time, though, I just thought the game was just fun. I'm probably going to put a picture on it, right on the video for these people that are hearing it.
Find that game because I'm trying to play that shit high key, man.
Hey, dude, that game was actually pretty fun. I mean, like, it's kind of gay. You know what I mean? I ain't even going front. Look, like the niggas wearing, you know, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like a parody type of shooter. So, I mean, the game's
like a theatrical game, innit?
I mean, shit. I mean, it don't bother with my sexuality nowadays, so where because I know I'm straight. So when I play games like that, it don't bother me. You know what I mean? But
I hear that.
However, though, back then, though, that shit was something like, I'm not gay. I just find the game funny. You know what I mean? But no, it's just because I thought the gameplay was fun because I like those type of games where, like, you shoot it. You know, you know the game is called. You know, it's called. Like I think the genre now they call it is a shmup or like a just shmup.
Oh, what? Hit 'em up and shoot 'em ups.
Yeah. So
they don't make games like them anymore, man.
Nah, they really don't, even though they should, because those games are fucking dope. The only games I know they make of it now is like the Touhou type of games, but it's like those games are just too damn cheap for me. So I fucking play those games and get mad. So but yeah, dude. But either way, since we got off subject, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? The same way how you can't force some shit on her, you don't want her to force her type of shit on you. So for me, it's like the same thing, and that's for the girls that aren't into the hobbies. Or hell, the girl can even be into the damn hobby. That don't mean you gotta make her sit down and
Yeah,
play the
you
fucking
still stare
games.
off. Yeah, exactly.
It basically
Like, don't make your hobbies your fucking personality. Like,
exactly.
like don't let it consume who you are as a person. Like, that shit is fucking cringe.
And
man.
that's the fucking problem, which is what this whole thing is about. It's not exactly your nerdy hobbies that is turning off the girls or making girls leave you. It's the fact of this kind of like, it's you who's the problem here. Because you have to be more than just your hobbies. You have to be more than your fandom. You know what I mean? Like, I know there's people that's called it, you know what I mean? I knew these people that call themselves like the PlayStation dudes. To where all they do is like PlayStation shit, and that's their whole thing. Going around in public with a fucking PlayStation cap. Like, motherfucker, like.
Wait, what? Hey, they really go around with a fucking PlayStation, man. What?
I'm just using that for an example because there's this dude I know that just all PlayStation. That's all he fucking talks about, and he walks around with like, it's a PlayStation cap, but he has, but it's red on the cap. But red on the cap, it has the circle, the square. You know what I mean? All the type of buttons. And it's kind of like
full PlayStation merch, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like full PlayStation merch. That's all he do. His shit revolves around when he talk to a girl. You know what I mean? Like he can't talk to a girl because he don't bring shit to the conversation, and that's another problem. When you make your hobbies you and you self-identify as your fucking hobbies and all that type of stuff, you don't bring nothing else to the table. The only thing you can talk
honestly,
about
she's gonna get bored of you so fucking quick, man.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and most people ain't really gonna be trying to talk to you all that much because that's all you fucking talk about. That's all you know. I mean nowadays, I like gaming. I like anime. I mean, like I can fucking talk about that shit. But at the same time, I can talk about whatever else. I can talk about damn near everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And so that makes me able to talk to a lot of people, not just this particular circle of people. It makes me being able to talk politics with like a friend here, and then you know what I mean. Or let's say I'm talking to a chick, you know what I mean, and like we're talking about different subjects, like news, what's going on in the world, food, books, movies, all that type of stuff. And they don't have to be nerdy type of books and movies. I can talk about a documentary, you know what I mean, because I'm not just all gaming, you know what I mean? And like a lot of dudes fuck up because they don't know nothing else to talk about. So they talk to a chick and don't know what the fuck to do, so they have dry ass fucking conversations. You know what I mean? And then
they start putting the blame on everyone else as well, except them. They don't see the issue as well. That's a big problem.
It's fucking
They're like fully unaware of how they are as well.
It's fucking exactly. I remember when I was big into Naruto for a while, and this was like in 9th or 10th grade or something, when I was big into Naruto and all that type of shit. Me and my friend used to, like when the bell would ring to go home, me and my friend used to, and I'm very embarrassed for saying this, but we used to Naruto run to the buses. Naruto run to the buses. Like, no. It's time to go home. Hey, buddy, what's up? We are fighting dreamers, and we did like the Naruto run and shit, and and like we had like a female friend that basically was cool with us, and she used to be like, "You guys are embarrassing me, stop it!" And we used to be like, "No, fuck you, bitch." You know, Naruto run. Up until I started to actually, you know what I mean, and then I would, you know what I mean, be surprised when girls don't be trying to talk to me all that damn much. It's like, yeah, probably because I Naruto run. Well, whenever the bell rings to go home, so I stopped doing that shit because I became self-aware. Like, oh, I'm cringe as shit.
Yeah, like you can be cringe, but like, yeah, like the thing is, like you can be a cringe ass kid, but like as long as you're self-aware and you learn from it, then then who gives a fuck? But there's niggas that really like deflect it, like, like, oh, I'm not a problem. And the thing is, they also have their little their friend groups that enable it as well.
Right, yeah.
That also say, oh yeah, you know, it's not you, or these women are blah blah blah. Like,
I never really got that self-aware until I tried to actually, you know, like on the top games with females when I was like in 9th and 10th grade, and they used to just keep it real with me and be like, well, first of all, niggas, like you Naruto run from the little Chinese cartoons. I used to be like, it's not Chinese, it's Japanese. You need to get your facts straight, miss.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like that's like her saying Chinese is the main problem out of everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Not Naruto in itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. And you know what I mean. But the main thing that they were trying to tell me is that, hey, man, you know what I mean. You look handsome and everything, but man, too fucking cringe.
You gotta fix up a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, you're posting cringe in real life. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, I never was self-aware, because back then I had friends that would enable me to saying, hey, man, you need to stay who you are. You don't have to change yourself for these females. They got to accept you for you. But at the same time, you got to be a little bit self-aware to be like, maybe I should kind of stop doing all this cringe shit. And maybe I can be a lot more successful rate with women. And then, lo and behold, I kept my power level down. I wasn't really trying to say random words in Japanese, because I was a true weeb motherfucker back in the day. I used to say random Japanese words. I used Naruto wrong in the class wrong. And at one point I caught the bus to the next town, because my town didn't really have a mall. So I used to go to the bus to go to the next town over. And I would go to their mall, go into that town's store. I think it was called Hot Topic and shit like that. And I would buy like a Naruto headband, and then I would bring that shit to school.
Oh no!
And I used to get roasted, bro. I used to get my shit roasted, and then I would try talking to girls like, "Hey, you cute, you know? Can I get your number?" And I would say that while having Naruto headband on. They used to be like, "Nigga, get out of my face."
Is it the one with the fucking clan symbol? Was it the one with the clan symbol?
Yeah, exactly. It was the clan symbol. Because my favorite character in Naruto was Zabuza, right? So I had his little headband of Zabuza, because back in the day I was like, hey man, I think that nigga black, because he got his hair nappy as shit, just like me, and he dark skinned it. I was like, bro, Zabuza is me.
Bandages, right? Huh? In his face or whatever. That's the guy with the bandages, right?
Yeah.
In his face.
Yeah, he kind of wear his headband kind of sideways. He got like his hair kind of spiky.
He wear like T.I. and shit.
Yeah, and like basically he got that big ass sword, and his sidekick is like the dude named Haku. Do you remember that character?
I know I didn't watch Naruto that much, but I do remember Zabuza though.
Yeah. But yeah, bro, that motherfucker was dark skinned. He had he had like his hair looking kind of nappy. And back in the day I was like, yo man, that nigga black. You know what I mean? Yo man, that nigga black.
Anyone with the time, he's black, man.
Yeah, for real. Straight hood gutter nigga right there. That man is me. So I bought his headband and everything. And I would wear it sideways too. I wear it sideways to school, and everybody used to be like, "Bro, take that shit off."
Nah, but what the worst is when you say that man is me, and then you really start to believe it as well. Man.
Yeah, that's dude. Like I would true weeb, and that shit was turning a lot of people off. And that shit used to turn off even the females inside my nerdy circles in school, who fucking like those type of shows, because I used to always say words in Japanese, and I used to just kind of like be way too fucking cringe, and I think in hindsight it's like, damn bro, like I'm so glad I became self-aware during the later half of my 10th grade year and kind of cut the bullshit. I mean, I was still a weeb, but I kept my shit to like a minimum, because I realized I should just keep it to the low. And
people really just make it who they are and shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. So can you repeat that, because I talked over you?
Oh my bad. No, I'm just saying people really make it consume them, and it literally becomes who they are, and it's just fucking like there's a time and place for everything. You know what I mean? Like you could even in Naruto running and shit. Like niggas can still do that. There's just a time and place for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. There's a time and place for it, and it's called a con. Because when you go to a con, everybody's being fucking cringe. That's it. Everybody's being cringe at the con, so it's totally okay to Naruto run and the fucking, like glump people. You know what I mean? I haven't.
In fact, if you're being normal there, then you're the cringe one. And that's how
Exactly.
it is. Over there.
Yeah, for real, facts. Facts. You know what I mean? Like, say that shit for a con, or say that shit for your bedroom where, like, nobody's around, and then, you just, you know what I mean, kind of jump on your bed, and you just be like, freeze, I had enough, or some shit,
I don't know.
Yeah. Bro, like, you know what I mean? Or maybe, play some hardcore rap music and, like, throw hand signs, but, it be like the hand signs from the show, you know what I mean? And just pretend
Yeah,
it's some type of, like, gang signs and shit, you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
you
Niggas
know?
won't even know the difference, man.
Right, yeah, for real, dead
Or you could
ass.
be learning sign language. You never know. Like shit, you got two scapegoats, man. You could be learning sign language, or you could be throwing up gang signs.
Right. Yeah, facts. But yeah, man, like, you just gotta be more self-aware and just kind of, you know what I mean? And just kind of realize that, you know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm not saying that you have to change up and be fake or nothing. What I'm just saying is that, you know what I mean? There's a time and a place for it.
Yeah, exactly.
And when it comes to basically trying to force your hobbies on these people, or you doing a little bit too much for the people that are into your hobbies, like, that can turn people off too. You know what I mean? There's a
Yeah,
reason
please
why
don't
you
do that
can.
shit.
Hmm?
No, I'm just saying, please don't ever do that shit. To people that are like that, just don't do that shit. Just be a normal fucking human being. Like shit. It's literally not that hard. I promise you, man.
Right, yeah, for real. Because I think what it is that a lot of them just think that a girl has to accept me for who I am. And I'm not gonna change because like my hobbies are like all I have. Well, motherfucker, do something else.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Go find something else. Like, they ain't no Rick taking a shower. Maybe trying to get yourself a nice haircut. Maybe stop buying fucking, you know what I mean, tees of like characters and gaming shit. Like, just buy some regular ass clothes, motherfucker. You know?
yeah. You should get a fucking plain black Fruit of the Loom shirt, man. Like,
Yeah, exactly, dude. Facts, because you know what I mean? 'Cause, it's just because it's really not that fucking hard, to be honest with you. And I just feel like a lot of people just kind of do too damn much. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, dude, just keep that shit down. And you know what I mean? Just keep your power level down and just save that shit and take off like the weighted, you know what I mean, clothing when you go to a con, or when there's somebody that actually will want you to be that way. You know what I mean? Like me,
exactly.
you know what I mean? Like, maybe a motherfucker come to you and be like, hey man, I don't know too much about Dragon Ball. Can you tell me about it? That's when you go, my time has come. And then you fucking just drop
Exactly.
that
That's
shit off.
it. That's when you come out of the hyperbolic time chamber, man.
Yeah, for real. Was like, forgive me, master, for this one time. I must go all out. You know what I mean? Like,
I think you're gonna power up and shit,
yeah,
man.
exactly, man. There's a time and a place for it. You know what I mean? Like, if basically somebody is telling you that they want to hear all this type of stuff, then we'll fucking go all out. But if they just vaguely talk about, like, oh yeah, I mean, I guess I like that show. You know what I mean? The only thing you really need to say is, oh, cool. And then you keep it pushing. Or you can be like, oh, cool. Like, do you like some more shows like that? Or, I mean, in case that's it. And they can probably talk about more if they want to, but you don't got to make them. Like, oh, man, that
Yeah,
show
you got
sucks.
you got ask
Let me tell you
really
about this
basic
show,
like,
huh?
surface level.
Yeah.
They got ask really basic surface level questions.
Yeah, exactly. Just basic server level question, but don't really, like, dig too deep in it, and just
Yeah,
and read body language, because you can tell when a motherfucker is done talking or they don't want to talk about this shit. But
easily.
you know what I mean. But at the same time, they don't want to be rude. Like, you can tell that shit sometimes, So just bring more. So it ain't nothing wrong with being into your hobbies, but have more shit to bring to the table than just that. You know what I mean? And like, when a girl turns you down, or when girls get turned off, don't really be like, oh well, she just got. Well, that's because
Oh
she can't
yeah,
accept my
that's
hobbies.
it. Yeah, it's not her fault. Like shit, it's all you. I promise, it's all you, man. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't really know what more to say about that, because just that's literally it. You know what I mean? Don't force it on them, and be self-aware, and just kind of realize that you got to bring more shit to the table. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
yeah, self-awareness. The lack of self-awareness is probably the biggest issue, honestly.
Yeah, the lack of self-awareness and being all the type of stuff. And I think it took me being turned down and by having girls clown me and girls, you know what I mean, do all the type of stuff until I was like, all right, got it. You know what I mean? I need to like, I'm to slow my roll down. You know what I mean? And like, I'm still with my damn hobbies. I mean, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, you know,
Exactly.
you basically go into my room and it's like, I got my figurines, I got my posters here, and like, there are girls that come over here, but they never really be like, oh, I can't believe you like this type of stuff.
Yeah, they really don't give a shit, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. They really don't give a shit because I never really, you know, like, spurg out about them. You know, I will only bring up my type of hobbies and all the stuff that I got in case if they bring it up. Then I may offhandedly kind of mention it, but I won't really be like, yeah, dude, I'm super into like Legend of Zelda, man. You know, Zelda. Hey, man, you played that game before? You know what I mean? Like, I just keep it simple. Yeah, for real. Facts. Like, oh, dude, I know how to speed run time. I know how to use the time bomb glitch to where like I put down
Time
the
bomb
bomb.
glitch.
Yeah, I know how to do that glitch.
Oh my
I can
days,
through the
man.
walls, and I can go to the Temple of Light, even as young Link. I mean, that's cool, right? And her mom would be
I'm
like,
doing no
"Nigga, who the
walk
fuck
for
is
shit,
young Link?"
man.
Yeah, dude. Like, you know, I just keep it calm. They comes out the room and he just look at it, and then they just go, "Oh, I mean, are you into this type of stuff?" Like, yeah, you know, yeah. That's it. I'm not gonna go in depth. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna go in depth until they tell me to tell them more about it, and then I'll tell them more about it. But at the same time, they go inside my room. I'm just gonna be like, yeah. I mean, I'm not even gonna bring it up. It's kind of like, yeah,
I ain't gonna
they
bring up
got
my
eyes.
backwards numbers. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm not gonna bring it. I'm not gonna bring attention to it unless they bring attention to it. And there's some chicks that have been in my room and be like, "Oh, I see that you're a fan of, you know, Captain America." I just go, "Yeah," and then that's it. Or maybe they'll say something about all my, you know, they'll say something about my Figmas or my Amiibos or some shit that's like lined up across the fucking, you know, shelf, and they'll just be
yeah,
like, "Oh, cool. Are these all these Nintendo characters?" I'll be like, "Yeah, cool." You know what I mean? Like, that's it. I'm not gonna be like, actually, those aren't toys. Those are Amiibos, bitch. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I
like
just go like,
scanned on my
yeah,
fucking Switch and shit.
yeah, exactly. They be like, "Oh, I mean, are these all Nintendo toys?" I just go, "Yeah." I'm not gonna tell her
Yeah,
about,
yeah,
you
no.
know, Amiibo. Just like, hey, man, it is what it is. Like, yep, that's it. You know what I mean? Like, I'll go in depth in
Yeah,
case they
like
want to know
that's
more about
another
it.
thing. Like that's why I say like niggas gotta keep it on their level. If she says it's a toy, bro, it's a toy. Like don't
Exactly. Thanks. I'm not even going to correct it because that's gonna turn off.
like,
Like, bitch, like, why you take this so damn seriously?
exactly. Like it's literally not that deep, man.
Yeah, for real. It's really not that damn deep. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I have like the massive sword in here, and it's kind of like one fucking chick came inside here, and she was like, "Oh, cool, a Highlander thing." I mean, I seen that movie before. I mean, I seen Highlander, and I was just like, inside my mind, it's like, bitch, that's a massive sword. But however, though, what came out my mouth was, oh, nah, I mean, that's not for Highlander. And then I just,
Yeah,
boom, I just kept it. I was like, nah, I mean,
yeah,
that ain't
leave
for
it at that,
Highlander.
innit?
And then basically she's like, oh, and then she didn't go more about it, so I ain't going more about it. And then we just sat here and watched Netflix, you know what I mean, and shit like that. You know, it is what it is. I mean, I only had like maybe one other chick that came out here was like, ugh, I can't believe you actually like this type of stuff. I was like, hey, take it or leave it. You know what I mean? Like, hey, take it or leave it, shawty.
Yeah,
Because
see the thing is there are women judgmental like that,
yeah,
and that's just the unfortunate encounter with a bougie ass woman. That's it. Like
yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna be like, you have to like my
it
stuff or
happens,
not.
innit? Like yeah.
Yeah, I just like, hey, take it or leave it, man. Like, you know, I
Yeah,
mean,
you
I'm
just
cool.
hey,
Like, this
the
type of
ball's
stuff.
in her court. If she don't like that, then cool. That's on her, innit? Like,
Yeah, she basically called my room a fucking kid's room. I was like, hey, I guess it's a kid's room then. You know what I mean?
exactly.
And then basically, you know what I mean? Like, did you know she leave? Was like, ooh, I'm turning off. No, she stayed in here and we fucking kicked it. You know what I mean? Like, because like I didn't really put up a fight about it. I just say, hey, it is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? It is what it is.
Yeah,
I'm in the kid's room. I guess it's my kid's room then. You know what I mean? And like, she may have cracked some jokes about it, but the thing is, because I didn't spur, I'd be like, no, you have to like my stuff. How could you be like this? Or maybe you should try to give it a chance. I was just like, hey, you know what I mean? I just
See,
wrote
that's
with
the thing is, that's exactly what I mean. Because you as a person wasn't fucking weird.
it.
Like maybe she might have found the room weird, but you wasn't as a person. Like
Exactly.
it's always down to how the person acts.
It fucking exactly and everything like that. You know what I mean? And basically, what made my day that day was that she told me that kind of like, you know what I mean? That basically she was just kind of like, you know, hey, you may be into all this type of like this on weird nerd stuff, but you don't really seem like it. And I was like, yeah, because
That's a big compliment
yeah,
as well.
exactly. But they said I don't really seem like it, and that's only because when I talk to her, I don't really spur out about my hobbies, and I just because I have more shit to bring to the table. I know more shit to talk about. You know what I mean? I have more shit to talk about. I keep up with like myself and my clothes. You know what I mean? But like I go to the gym
Yeah,
casually. You know what I mean? Like I fucking, you know what I mean? It's like you know what I mean? Like I'm more than just my main hobbies. So when she gets into all the stuff, she was surprised. That's why she was like, "Oh man, it's like a kid's room." But as you know, but as you know, let's say I spurted out about her about the whole type of stuff. She probably would have came inside the room and was like, "Oh, you know what I mean?" My room probably would
yeah.
have seen twice as worse because like, oh, I knew that like he was kind of nerdy, but I didn't know that he was this nerdy. You know what I mean? And then that's double on me. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, yo, you know what I mean? It's like just. But however, because I don't come off like that, she was just taken aback, like, "Oh wow, this is like the engagement. Wow, like I didn't even think that you was inside these type of hobbies." And I was like, "Oh really? Why is that?" She was like, "Because you don't really come off, you know what I mean? You don't really come off like that. Like you know, you don't come off as
And
nerdy.
that's
You don't
exactly
come
how
off
it's
as yeah.
supposed to be as well.
Hmm?
That's exactly how it's supposed to be as well.
Exactly. You know." And then I just told her, you know what I mean, that like, hey, I mean, yeah, I mean, like this stuff is a hobby, and sometimes I like you to collect some stuff of my hobbies and my childhood and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like it's no big deal and everything like that. And she just was like, oh well, I mean, I think some of those things are kind of cute. You know what I mean? Then you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cause it went from this little kid's room to well, you know, some of them are
They
kind of
start to
cute.
lighten up a bit, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly. And then we just casually talked about, you know what I mean? Like, you know, some shows she may have seen as a kid. You know what I mean? Like, you know, almost every fucking person back in the day knew about Pokemon. So it's just super easy to be like, yeah, man, like, that's the Pikachu figure I got over there. She's like, oh, I used to like Pikachu, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, there's Pikachu. So you trying to, you know, chill and kick it on some TV or what? You know what I mean? And then I quickly just kind of moved on to the
Yeah,
next thing.
now that like even like something as little as that Pikachu could literally lighten up the mood for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it could have been
Like
like,
you don't have to grab it or explain anything. You don't have to talk about Pikachu's fucking stats or anything. Just say, "Oh
yeah,
yeah, I got a Pikachu right there."
yeah,
Boom, that's it.
yeah, it
That's
fucking
literally it.
exactly. And then it led to a quick thing about like, yeah, man, like I know you seen Pokemon, right? She's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, man, there go like a Pikachu thing right there. And she's like, oh, cool. I used to like Pikachu. He was so cute. Yeah. So, anyways, you trying to watch this movie? You know what I mean? And I just didn't really go in depth about it because what more is there to say? Like, hey, you
Mhm.
used to watch it? Okay, tell me about your favorite Pokemon. Okay, so who was your favorite character? Or like, hey, you ever played the games? Like, nah, she didn't really
Yeah,
say all that.
that shit.
She just said that the character was cute, and I was like, yeah, that's Pokemon. I know you used to watch that shit. Yeah, I used to. Okay, cool. Anyway, you want to watch this movie or not? And then watch movies and shit like that. And then she gave me my whole compliment thing about like how I don't come off like that. So basically, she was taken aback by the gaming figures and my posters because I don't come off like that. And that's because, you know, stuff like that. And then basically I told her, you know, like, hey, what if I did talk about this type of stuff? And she straight up told me that if you was really talking about all this type of stuff, like I wouldn't really be inside your room. I wouldn't even be close to your fucking porch.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
definitely.
Like she kept it real. And I was like, yeah. You know what I mean? And that's facts because I even have some female friends who tell me the same exact type of thing where dudes can get a little bit too nerd about this shit and they pussy just dry the fuck up. And now these niggas mad because they like, oh, it's because she can't accept me for my hobbies. No, more than likely you probably did too damn much.
Oh yeah, niggas just be fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, dude, you don't want to talk to these girls and become like a blow dryer. You know what I mean? Like But
Have
hey,
a shit turn into a fucking prune and shit, man.
yeah, for real. Like her fucking. Anyways, without going too damn vulgar, I kind of think we said what we need to say. Do you have any closing thoughts? Because I pretty much said all that I had to say.
Yeah, you niggas need to stop being fucking weird, man. Stop calling women whores when they deny you as well, man. Shit does not help your case. Fucking go get a haircut, get some other hobbies, get something new to talk about, learn some social cues, and learn to take accountability and get some self awareness. That's it. And
Yeah,
then your life will become so much better.
yeah, dude. I mean, it's pretty much facts.
Oh, don't listen to your incel friends as well. I promise
Oh yeah,
you.
dude. Yeah, exactly. Cause I think that's even more bad. They like you got a bunch of friends who haven't been good with girls themselves, trying to give you
Yeah, that's
the
it.
advice about girls. It's kind of like they have no real fucking relationships.
At all,
They
man.
had really no women,
Exactly.
and they sitting here trying to tell you about how all girls are whores and bitches. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, and all girls want one thing or some shit oh, bro, I hear that shit all the time, man. It's so
yeah,
annoying.
exactly. I mean, because tell you the truth, those type of friends who have no real they have no real fucking like like understanding the game. They may have had like one girlfriend, and the girlfriend probably will talk to another dude behind their back, and now they're like, "Whoop, all
Yeah,
girls are
grooming
whores."
off
You know what I mean?
her.
Type of shit when it's like,
They
oh,
only want men with money and all this stupid shit. Like, bro, I promise you that is not the case, man.
but let me tell you,
Oh,
but let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Um, like I think a year or so ago, motherfucker, I had no job. I had no job, and I was still, you know what I mean. And trust me. I mean, I was still fucking tagging women. Like
see,
like, you know
that's
what
the
I mean?
thing. Like, if you're broke and getting women, it shows that women really don't. Because like, if you're broke and you're getting pussy, right? That just shows that it's you
Yeah,
as a person.
no
Like,
job,
they obviously,
no
yeah,
car.
if you're broke,
Yeah.
you ain't spending money, so it's
Mm-hmm.
got nothing to do with that. It's you as a
Right.
person.
Right, exactly. I had no job, no car. The only thing I did was play fucking games. And the only thing I did playing games, I mean it's kinda I would apply for jobs and shit like that, but it's like I wasn't
Mm.
really receiving a call back like that. So for a good while I was unemployed, and I was still tagging women because yeah, now all would like the money type of stuff. It's just how the way they carry. I mean, it's just how the way I carry
Exactly.
myself.
Carry yourself, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Fix
Because
up.
dude, I had nothing to bring to the table. I couldn't take them out to eat. Well, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell? Like I'm feeling like, hey,
Yeah.
girl, so let's take out. I mean, the best I can do is take you to McDonald's and tell you to choose off the value menu, bitch, because I can't afford no value meals. You gonna have to pick a dollar menu, man. You gonna have to pick the small fry and just the cheddar
And
fucking
if
sandwich.
you be hitting it right, fam, it don't even matter. They'll be treating you, fam. Like, I
Exactly.
promise you. Like,
It's fucking exactly, dude. It's kind of like, you know what I mean? It never stopped me because I cared myself, you know what I mean? And there would be sometimes where they would, you know what I mean, like see me playing like my games and shit, and they never fucking complain because it's how the way you carry yourself. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, females and shit don't give a shit. As long as they find you attractive,
they really don't. I swear to God.
they
I
will
swear
break
to
some
the God, they
rules.
don't give a fuck, man.
Mm-hmm. Like,
Like, the
girls.
ones that do are just the bougie, fucking
Mm-hmm.
hot girl, city girl type women. And, bro, they're easy to spot, they're easy to avoid. You know what I mean?
Exactly, dude. But it's just all the matter how you carry yourself around the end of the day, and all that stuff that you said did just not too long ago, man. It's like mainly just how the way you carry yourself. To be honest with you, I mean, like, dude, I'd be playing Run Kagura and all these fan servicey games around fucking people, and it's kind of like they don't even get faced because they
Mm,
know that's me. That's just the type of games that I
yeah.
play. So they don't go, oh man, you playing them perverted games. They just go like, oh, okay, well, that's the type of shit that he like. Like hell, I played him around some girls, and they used to go to games like perverted or basically they used to say that I'm playing porn games. But however, did they get turned off and start talking to me? No, they just make a little comment about like, oh, what it is? You playing the porn games again? I just go, girl, this ain't no damn porn game, but whatever. You know what I mean? But hey,
See, that's the thing. It goes back to what I said in the beginning. It was like, there's a difference between like an extreme gamer and then just somewhat a normal person who
mm-hmm.
plays games. Like,
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of exactly because there's because the same thing you said. They are dudes that play games, and there's gaming dudes. And you want to be the dude that just so happen to play some video games and watch anime.
Exactly. He's just a regular guy that just happens to play a little video game.
Yeah, exactly. Because I play my, I play my fan service games around fucking chicks and people, and it's kind of like they don't think of me like, oh, he's so creepy.
Because they know you're just a regular nigga. Then
exactly.
You know what I mean?
They just know that, hey, Shin over here like some ass and titties, 2D or 3D, nigga. So they are, you kind of feel me? So it's kind of, they don't fucking act weird about it. They just know, oh, well, that's the type of shit that he plays sometimes, so they don't trip. You know what I mean? And for the ones that do trip, they'll make a little comment about it, but I don't really be like, oh, damn, look at them ass and titties. I just be playing the fucking game like normal, and they will make a comment about it, and then while I keep playing the game, they just don't really say much about it.
Like they can probably tease you about it or some shit, but there's no malice behind that shit.
Yeah. Exactly. I get teased about it sometimes, like, oh man, there you go again playing this fucking game or some shit, and I'd be like, yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I just go, yep, and and then they just chill, or sometimes they sit down and watch.
But just don't be that guy that says to shut the fuck up or some shit like that.
Like, shut up, it's not porn. This is called
protecting your shit.
Yeah, for real. This is a game that is classified as ECCHI. Okay, can you pronounce that for me? Because that's the term. It's called eroge. Okay, you know what I mean? It's called eroge. It's called fan service. It's called all these type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like you go into terminology and tell them to fucking defend yourself. Like I have to. Oh no, I gotta make myself seem the perverted creep nerd dude. Nope. I just go, hey, you know what I mean? They just go, oh, you playing that porn game again? I just like, I guess so. And then I just keep playing. You know what I mean? And they don't even get fazed by it now. They just know that. I like some ass and titties, 2D or 3D. You know what I mean? So when they see me playing the game, they just know, hey, he's playing that game that got like the girls in it. Huh?
That's straight up.
Man. Yeah, exactly. Because I'm very like, how should I put it? I just don't like. At the same time, I hide my power level, but at the same time, I keep true to myself. As in, like, they know that I play some of these type of games, but they know I'm not a creepy dude. They know I'm not some, you know what I mean, crazy, weird, creepy dude that be masturbating inside his room to like these 2D and stuff like that. I mean, like I may have beat my meat to some Dead or Alive girls before. However though, I don't go around telling people. You know what I mean? I don't go around telling people. Like, hey man, I bust a clean nut to fucking Tina for Dead or Alive, bro. Like I was playing Dead or Alive. You know what I mean? I put that shit on like computer. I put that shit on like computer mode, and I watched them bitches fight, bro. You know what I mean? Like I ain't telling nobody that because I ain't making it broadcast. You know what I mean? Like, oh, bro, in Dead or Alive 6, right? Or Dead or Alive 5 and 6, when your character lose, they'll have a lose screen, and sometimes they be in like certain poses and they just be breathing a certain way. And sometimes, bro, I like to put on some headphones. I turn that volume to max, and they got a zoom in type of feature, and basically a thing to move the camera, bro, let me tell you something.
Hey, I'm gonna lie. I used to low key do that shit as a kid, man. Like, yeah, dude. Hey, when Smash Melee came out, bro.
These niggas that Smash Melee.
Zelda and Peach.
These niggas that Smash Melee. And I know exactly what you fucking talking about.
I used to launch them in the air and pause that shit, man. And then like fucking move the camera so you can literally see Peach's panties, fam. Like,
and sadly, I knew that was what you was about to say. I was just like, oh, he finna bring up Peach.
I used to do that shit too fucking much.
Because I know, trust me, I know.
Bro, I got another one as well. I don't know, bro. Sonic Adventure 2, bro. Rogue. Wait, is the name Rogue or Rouge?
Rouge the Bat, yeah.
I used to like walk up to like the fucking invisible wall or some shit where it would like zoom into the character, and she had a camel, bro. Like she had a.
Oh shit!
Bro, I'm telling you, hey, bro.
We talking about trying to hide our parallels, and we just going full fucking Super Saiyan right now.
Was on some shit. Hey, I'm telling you, the Wade clothing came off, man. 10-year-old me took that shit off, man.
I mean,
that's all I gotta say.
I mean, to be fair, Rouge the Bat did have some quite the physics, nigga. Like I used to
Bro,
beast
they
them
make her
physics.
so fucking thick for no reason. I don't know why they did that shit. Like, bro, I couldn't play her fucking levels, man. That shit would. Like,
Oh shit! The power levels are in Super
oh
Saiyan
man,
3 right now, nigga. Like,
it was mad back in the day. It was mad. I'm
yeah,
telling you, man.
yeah. That was back in the days when you didn't have like very fast net. You didn't have
Exactly,
very
exactly.
fast net, so you just kind of had to do what you had to do.
For real,
Kind of just
man.
do what like you need to
It was
do.
a struggle days, man.
Yeah. For real. Like, let me cut on Soul Calibur 2. Let me go on that profile mode. Choose Taki or maybe Ivy. Choose the thing to where they make like the sounds, and I'm gonna click the thing that make them sound like they're moaning.
That shit.
Yeah, yeah, those were the days. Those were like the struggle days. Or fucking Soul Calibur 2 when like you can fucking like like play the game and you earn like these pictures and shit. I'll never forget that picture of Sophia and Song Mina. That shit was clutch. But anyway,
Jeez.
but
Oh man.
uh,
Hey, real niggas can relate. I don't care.
yeah. For real,
Real niggas can relate.
facts, motherfucker. Like, so even though we at Super Saiyan level 3 of power levels right now, even though we made a big spiel about how to power level, I don't give a fuck. I'm not trying to impress no girl right now. I'm not really trying to get no pussy right now. I ain't trying to get a girlfriend right now. Okay, I can talk
For
about this
real.
shit. I can talk about this shit right now. Okay, I'm not really trying to talk about this stuff to make myself, you know what I mean, trying to fucking catch
Exactly.
a
This is
female.
some shit that needs to be talked about. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's something need to talk about. You know what I mean? There's a time and a place, and there's a time and a place for it. And me and you talking about this Soul Calibur 2 and like fucking pulling meat to like fucking fucking roots to back. This is the time for it. This is the time
Exactly.
to
It
just
be like
nerd
that.
out.
You
Yeah,
know what
for
I'm
real. This is the
saying?
time for it. But I'm not about to walk into like fucking Walmart and be like,
Yeah,
like, hey,
exactly,
bro,
man.
like I beat my dick off to like a video game character that's a bat that steals jewels and shit.
That's it.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man. So you know what I mean? So yeah, there's just a time and a place for it, man. There's a time and place to just be crazy with your power level and all that type of stuff. But hey, I don't want to sound like a broken record and keep repeating myself. But yeah, man. The main things to take home, people, is just you know what I mean. There's the time and the place
Self-aware, bro.
to
Time and place.
yeah. There's the time and the place for it, and basically it's and be self-aware because most of the time you turn away women just by how way you carry yourself. When you walk out there and just being really kind of cringed to be around and talk to, it's not because of your hobbies. It's because you let those hobbies make you.
Yeah, you let that shit consume you,
Yeah,
man.
exactly. Like, you can be a normal person and just happen to like that type of stuff, and there's the time and the place to go full hog right on that part of you that is into this type of stuff, but there's a time and place for it. And that's the reason why a lot of females, you know what I mean, can be turned off by your hobbies because you let that shit become your whole personality, and you gotta just calm that shit down.
Facts. Big facts.
Hey, and that's is what it is. I mean, they ain't no much shit to really say, people. Except yeah, except that. And you already said your closing, so I guess that's it. I hope people can
That's
take.
it.
I hope people can take what we said for it. You know what I mean? So hey, people. I mean, if y'all want to leave some feedback, y'all got y'all thoughts, y'all got some shit that y'all trying to say. You guys got your own type of stories. You guys got maybe a little 2 cents that y'all want to add in. Feel free to send us out the comments. You know what I mean? Feel free to leave some feedback. Hand me your thoughts. Like, do you agree? Do you not agree? Like, hey, share it, man. Like, I'm open to a bunch of opinions, and I hope you guys have stuck around for this 50+ minute thing that I'm not going to
50.
fuck.
That shit like a movie,
Bro,
man.
I'm not gonna fucking edit. I'm just
Fuck
gonna
it.
just
Hey, this shit gonna
I'm
be
just
on
gonna paste it
Spotify.
and just add some pictures and then just and then it's load this shit. But hey, people, this was the first episode of the Black Room with YungNikey over here. and you guys should check out his YouTube, check out his Twitch.
Shout out to Shin, man. Yeah, Shin really the goat for this shit. So
Yeah.
fuck it. Shout out to Shin. All right, follow Shin. Sub to Shin if you're not already. I made the fucking grave mistake of not subbing earlier. You know what I mean? So hey, you niggas better do that shit as well.
I knew this nigga for a long time, and now he just decided to fucking sub. But anyway, the fact of the matter is, I appreciate it, bro. But hey, people, that was the first episode. Hopefully, you guys will be around for the second episode. And don't worry, I still got my Boss Syndrome videos coming. I still got the rest of my own Storytime stuff that will be consolidated into the Black Room type of thing too. So hey, look forward to the second episode of the Black Room. Look forward to more, Boss Syndrome videos. Look forward to whatever's coming next on the channel, to be real with you. But hey, man, this has been the first episode. I'm Shin Black, and that is... This is the part where you say your name, bro.
Oh shit! Hey, yeah, it's man like Nike. You know what I mean? It's YungNikey. You better follow me on Twitch. Sub, donate, everything. Give me all your mama's money. You know what I mean? Straight up.
Hey. At least you keeping it 100. But hey, people, I'll see you guys next video. Peace out.
All right, peace.